Hey guys, I'm just out here in the garage and we are doing an oil change on the 2005 4Runner. If you haven't done an oil change on these vehicles, super easy to do. These fourth gens make it pretty darn simple. And so, first step here, if you don't know what oil goes in your vehicle, often in your driver's manual or right on your engine oil cap, you'll actually have it. So we have 5W30 here. So we went to the store, picked up some Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic 5W30 engine oil. This stuff is good. I've used it in my rig before. It was also the only one on sale, Canadian Tire. But no big deal there. And so we got our engine oil. Then we also got our Toyota filter. These are for the V8s. This is a V8 oil change. Keep that in mind. Toyota filter. I don't swear by anything but these. Toyota makes the best filters in my eyes. I've torn them apart, seen them for myself. Whatever you do, don't buy Fram. Then we got some engine oil plug, drain plug gaskets. These are crushed, and so you don't want to reuse them. And so we got one of those. That's all we need. And so what do you need to do? Well, the first thing that I like to do, if your vehicle isn't high enough, this one is stock height, but we're just going to go under it with a creeper anyways. We're going to take off the skid plate, crack the oil drain plug, take all the oil out, crack the filter, take all the filter oil out, put a new filter on there, put 6.2 liters of engine oil in here, and we are going to be done. I know this is a crash course. Pretty simple. Don't be intimidated if you have one of these. So let's get started. And so, full disclosure, I am voicing over this part because my mic just picked me up and it sounded like I was screaming. Like that microphone was halfway down my throat as I was explaining this. And so, basically, what I'm saying is there's two hooks on the front, you got two bolts on the front, and then two on the back. And the tricky one about these is they're actually hidden in these holes. There's like a little bridge. That's what I do with my finger there. And the bolt goes in those holes to the top and it mounts to the frame. And so, it's pretty easy to get them out. All you need to do is have a longer socket and then spin that sucker out and then hold it, make sure it doesn't hit you in the head when it drops. And I think by now the audio might be a little bit better, and so we're going to switch over in 3, 2, 1. And one last tricky bolt there. And so why are you pulling the skid plate off? Well, easy, because you need to get to your oil filter, which is right there. The drain plug's actually pretty accessible just right there, but the oil filter, that's the tricky part. So we're just going to twist this thing off, put our catch pen underneath, and then we're going to be good to go. And so once you got that under there, if you look in this hole, you can see it. Why did we not put this? Oh, my mic is in the water. Oh, whatever. Why didn't we put this on ramps? Oh, there it is. The engine drain plug. This is the worst video production I've ever made in my life. So this is the engine drain plug. Caden's going to put the 14mm socket on it, crank it a little bit loose. Oh, is that thing stuck, or are you just not able to do it? Rolling away. He's on the creeper, rolling away. I hope this is picking up the audio. It's just in the puddle. But, my arm is just... Oh, man. I hope this is not... There you go. Oh, you got it? Yeah. So he's going to loosen it. As he loosens it, once he tells me it's pretty loose, I'm just going to switch hands here. Push this thing towards him. You get it? Oh. Yeah. Is it... What? The oil's coming out? Oh. No. So now... This is just... This is madness. He's just going to take his hand. He's trying not to get dirty as I'm laying in a puddle of water. Yeah, look at that. Hopefully 6.2 liters of oil is coming out. As that drains, we're going to let that drain. Once it's almost done draining, I'm going to put a tiny little thing under it to catch any remainder. I'm going to put the big one under the filter because those tend to be messy. So, be right back. All right, so now that we got all the oil drained out of the truck, we're going to start the engine. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't do that. So we're going to go down and we're going to pull this big drain pan out of there. We're going to put this little one where the oil is dripping, and we're just going to crack the filter off with that sucker underneath. And so we'll get Caden to go down on the creeper. On the creeper. Yeah, so the oil filter's right here. Oh, man. I'm going to have to come back, guys. This is not bright enough. Actually, we can see it all right. So any dripping is going to go in that cottage cheese container. Shout out cottage cheese. Yeah, and then we got the the oil filter. Man, I'm just scrambled. I work today, guys. I don't actually work as a mechanic. I work as a counselor, believe it or not. Oh, low battery mode on the phone. Who cares? We're in the middle of a tutorial. So he's going to use his hands and try to twist that. I think it came free. There's some strength coming through. Attaboy. Woo! Well done. It's almost there. I can feel it. There you go. You got it. Sweet. So that's just going to nicely drip on down. Hey, yo, a nice little Toyota filter. Great sign if someone's taking care of their vehicle. If they got a Toyota filter on it, throw them an extra $100 and you're making the deal. Yeah, just going to drain off. So these simply just are going to go down. With the new filter, I'm just going to bump up here. One of the biggest things you want to do is make sure the mating surface between the filter housing and the filter is clean. And then what I like to do is obviously take the plastic off. I've seen so many funny just rolled into the shop videos of people who didn't take the plastic off this. Take the plastic off, and then you're going to take a little bit of oil, new oil on your finger, just go around the O-ring here, and that's going to help create a nice mating surface and promote fusion. And so, yeah, I'm just going to, wait a second, is this pre-lubricated? Or do I just, yeah, I think it's pre-lubricated. Toyota has outdone themselves. This is used. What is going on? No, it's a pre-lubed filter. This is pretty cool that they've gone ahead and done this. So, yeah. Anyways, we are going to put this new one on here. That old one should be done draining. This is just blowing my mind. Anyways, never seen that. They didn't have those at Nissan. That's where I used to work. So Caden's just going to make sure it doesn't cross-thread the filter. That'd be an absolute weirdo move if he did. He's wiped this down clean with the rag, and now he's just going to go ahead and twist that on nicely. We don't want to reef it on. You don't need to use a tool to take these and put these on. You can sometimes use like some grips to take them off, but it's a filter. Once again, you're not tightening a wheel. It's a filter. And so just going to want nice and tight with one hand. You don't need a two-hand refit. One hand, as tight as you can get it kind of thing. As it heats up, it heats a little bit more to the vehicle as well. So, yep, just like that. I'm going to check it for quality control. Perfect. And so we are done underneath here. Make sure you put the drain plug back in. When you put the drain plug back in, pop it back up. What you're going to want to do is put a new drain plug gasket. These are crushed gaskets, one-time use. Just like that. And then it's going to go back on. Torque it to spec, which is nice and tight. You can get the torque spec just nice and tight. Obviously not too much. It'd be stupid if you did it too much. It's just a drain plug. So yeah, we're going to torque that back up. Then we're going to put the skid plate back on and then put some oil in this beast. Don't run your truck without oil. That's just an L move. All right, guys, now that we have emptied out everything, put on the new filter, we're going to put the engine oil in. So it's 6.2 liters. I'm just going to hold this for Caden. He's going to tilt it over here. We can do a full 5 liter, and then we'll slowly start to count. We'll do the second bottle here. Yeah, pretty simple. So I'm actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna cut this here, and then I'll make another little tidbit in 3, 2, 1. So we just put in our 5 liters there, and then we're just putting in our 1.2. And so Caden's just trying to make sure he gets about 1.2 liters in there. Once we think we're about there, we're going to put the cap on tight. We're going to start the truck for about a minute, let the engine get hot, and then we're going to check from our dipstick over here, making sure that the engine oil is at the right level. If it's too low, we're going to add a little bit. If it's too high, you obviously don't want to add a little bit. That's why it's important that you fill it up slowly. We don't want to overfill our engine oil. That's not good either. And so now we think that's about right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out. We are going to put our cap back on nice and tight. Double check that our engine oil drain plug is on tight and our engine oil filter is on tight. And then we're just going to start up the truck for a minute, let it cool down so you're just not going to burn yourself. Pull the dipstick out, make sure the the oil capacity level is good. All right, so we just ran the engine for a minute there, and we're just going to double check the level here. So Caden's going to put it all the way to the bottom after cleaning it off, pull it out, and this should tell us where we're located. And so we can see on the dipstick. Nope, don't move. I'm moving. It's a surprise. It's clickbait. There we go. So it's a little bit under the oil level. You want it between these two dots. So we're going to put maybe 0.2 liters more in here, and then we should be right on the money. So we're going to put it in and then double check. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Make sure your skid plate is on. Close the hood. You should be good to go. Change your oil every 5,000 to 7,000 kilometers. Some people say 5,000 miles. I'm Canadian. I don't know what your equivalent is. And so, yeah, that's what I do. You can put a little sticker in your dash, whatever works for you. So anyways, that's the end of our oil change video. Hopefully you guys have lots of memories with these trucks. They're awesome. We hope this was helpful. So have a good one, guys.